Team morale has really improved, and I think everybody now is on the same page.
지금 멤버로는 당연히 만족을 하고 있고 저희 멤버로 아직 보여줄 수 있는 거를 아직 다 보여준 건 아니라고 생각하기 때문에 아직 I'm very exciting now.
The biggest thing that's been right for us is probably the addition of Helios. Our communication is just a lot smoother.
I'm now very confident for my team.
They're doing great. Like, they're carrying me like half the time.
We have a lot of improvements still to do, but it's a good foundation.
Being complacent is the worst thing that can happen to any team, and I just want to keep just not feeling like we're better than everybody else, and I think that's the mentality we need.
It's game day once again here in Los Angeles, and the fans have packed into the battle arena to cheer on our 10 teams as we approach the halfway point of the summer split. The crowds are hyped up and excited for our 5 games today, and we're going to start those off with Gravity versus Team Impulse. As you see the excitement in the fans, there you're getting a look at Gravity a short time ago in their ready room. They'll be looking to stake their claim as a top team against these guys here. Executive producer Zhao Zhao leading his troops to the stage and looking rather confident. Hello, everyone. I'm James Dash Patterson. Welcome to Week 5 of the North American LCS. Grouping up here on the analyst desk, we have Aiden Zyrene Moon, Sam, Kobe Hartman-Kensler, and David Freak Turley. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
Great. Absolutely amazing.
Fabulous. Fantastic to hear. Well, we have to begin our day talking about Team Dignitas. Since the start of the split, people have been waiting to see if the team would turn back into a pumpkin, but they continue to win games and defy expectations.
And they've defied expectations to the point that this is the first week they're coming in not as the underdogs. They're expected to 2-0 with a little bit of an easier schedule against Enemy Esports and TDK. Given their performances and their improvements lately for Dignitas, these are games they're expected to win.
It's true, and the thing is, as you go further into the split, they play the top teams again, and Dignitas actually have a pretty good record against these top teams. Like, it's weird, right now in the North American LCS, it feels like there's just a top 5. There's just like 5 really good teams, and they just kind of beat each other over and over again. So even if Dig has like a 0-2 week where they lose to CLG and TSM down the line, that doesn't mean they're a bad team. There's just a lot of really good competition here. Their shot calling's strong, their individual skill is okay, and it makes them one of the better 5.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that one of the things that we haven't seen from Dignitas before is that the last 2 days, last week, they had really clear team compositions. And that's something that we haven't seen from Dignitas a lot before. Rika was a great addition, and they were also able to execute the game plan for those compositions as they saw before getting into the game.
And of course, another big story this week came from Team Solo Mid, who announced that they're shopping around for a new AD carry. So we have to wonder how that will weigh on Wild Turtle's mindset going into the games this weekend.
Yeah, first up, I want to talk about Wild Turtle's play in general, because in the spring split, to me, he was the #2 AD carry in North America. I actually likened him to the legendary Chinese AD carry Uzi. He was a very aggressive player, but the risks almost always paid off. This split, none of that's happening. He's got 40% more deaths per game than spring split. He does 30% less of his team's damage than the previous split. He's actually the least damaging AD carry in the North American LCS right now. And TSM's winning games. Like, AD carries have a free ride to dealing damage when your team wins games. And Wild Turtle right now, he's playing too risky. The risks aren't paying off. It's obviously showing in his statistics. His teammates obviously recognize it. I like the style, but it's clearly not working right now.
I want to see what this does for Wild Turtle's mentality, though. Is he one of the people who steps up under the pressure and tries to deliver, or is he the guy that it puts him in his own head and he's overthinking everything?
Yeah, we'll have to see. TSM are hoping to retake first place this weekend from their arch rival CLG, who ended last week in first place, the first time the organization has ended the week in sole possession of the top spot. Now, they do have their work cut out for them, though. First today with Team Liquid and TSM tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, CLG, they are the first place team right now in North America, but CLG, along with almost all of the other top teams in North America, have been winning games with, fairly big bloopers while they win these games. There are individual mistakes like Smithy tunneling into the base, that could cost you. And I would have to say that for any North American team to remain at the top of the standings, there's no way you can say it's a very stable position because of these, uncharacteristic mistakes that will just pop out in, even games that they are successful in.
Well, let's take a moment to pull up those standings and take a look at the field. As we mentioned, CLG holds first place, followed one game back by Team Dignitas and TSM in second. Now sharing fourth is Gravity and Liquid with Team Impulse in sixth. Rounding out the standings, we have Enemy Esports in 7th, followed by Cloud9, Team 8, and TDK. Then turning to today's schedule right now, Team Impulse is queuing up to face off against Gravity. Then Team Liquid will challenge Counter Logic Gaming, and we'll end the day with Team Dignitas as they look to extend their run when they take on Enemy Esports. Coming up tomorrow in our Game of the Week, it's the latest chapter in the rivalry between Team Solo Mid versus Counter Logic Gaming. Beyond first place implications, this matchup has tilted in TSM's favor 15-9, and CLG, well, they'd like to turn that around. Then, of course, we're going to direct you to Twitter, where we're flipping the script. Today, we're playing Ask Kobe. Hit up our resident guru with your questions about champion builds, love advice, engineering queries, or if you want to know how he prepares his finger-looking good briskets, you can ask him that, too.
All right, well, you want to make your own rub first, and your dry rub, and then you want to cook it really slow. Cook it slow and on a low temperature. But
all right. Well, of course, then if you're stumped with homework, maybe with a problem, say the Doppler effect, you can ask him that too.
Really? The Doppler effect? All right, well, the Doppler effect is essentially the change in frequency of a wave, like sound, that an observer is going to have, if the source is in motion relative to the observer, like a truck horn passing by you.
All right, there you have it. See, that was my homework question for the day.
Go.
Send us your questions, and we'll be picking a few out for Kobe to answer later in the broadcast. Tweet us at LOL Esports and use the hashtag AskKobe. Let's send it out to our casters, though, to get the games underway.